OMG. Bravo's smiling face with hard eyes. Today Zoe Klein birthed new baby husband revealed. Jen Arnold the little couple. Hello friends, I am Elena, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The little couple fans are in absolute shock and excitement today as news broke out that Zoe Klein, the beloved daughter of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein, has just welcomed a new baby into the world. This is not only a surprising development but also a heartwarming moment that has taken fans on an emotional roller coaster. For years, audiences have watched Zoe grow up on the little couple, starting from the moment Jen Arnold and Bill Klein adopted her as a little girl from India to now, a full-grown woman with a life of her own. And now, she has officially entered motherhood, marking a brand new chapter in her life. Fans who have followed the Klein family for over a decade cannot believe how quickly time has passed. When the little couple first aired, viewers fell in love with Jen, a neonatologist with a huge heart, and Bill, a successful entrepreneur with endless charm. Together, they created a home full of love, joy, and inspiration despite the many challenges life threw their way. One of the biggest highlights of the show was when the couple adopted their two children, Will from China and Zoe from India. Watching them grow up on camera created a deep bond between the family and viewers around the world. Today, that bond has become even stronger as fans witness Zoe embracing motherhood for the very first time. Social media erupted as soon as the announcement dropped. Instagram posts, TikTok clips, and Facebook pages dedicated to the little couple lit up with messages of congratulations, love, and pure excitement for the new mom. Fans could hardly believe that the little girl they once saw shyly stepping into her new life in Houston with Jen and Bill is now stepping into the role of a mother herself. The big surprise, however, doesn't stop there. Along with the baby news came the long-awaited reveal of Zoe's husband. Until now, fans had only seen glimpses of Zoe's personal life through occasional updates from Jen Arnold and Bill Klein. Unlike her parents, Zoe has mostly stayed out of the spotlight in recent years, choosing a more private path as she grew older. But today, that changed completely as photos of Zoe with her newborn baby and her husband were finally shared publicly, giving fans the moment they have been waiting for. The husband reveal has sent fans into a frenzy. People immediately began sharing and resharing the images, trying to learn more about the man who stole Zoe's heart. From what has been shared so far, he seems to be someone who deeply loves and supports her, standing proudly beside his wife and new baby in every photo. The smiles on their faces say it all. This is a family full of love, ready to begin a beautiful journey together. Jen Arnold and Bill Klein, now proud grandparents, couldn't contain their happiness either. Both took to social media to share emotional posts celebrating this life-changing moment. Jen, known for her warm personality and incredible dedication as a mom, wrote about how proud she is of Zoe and how excited she is to become a grandmother. Bill, always the one to crack jokes while sharing heartfelt moments, posted a picture holding his grandchild with a big smile, calling himself the coolest granddad in town. Comment section on both of their posts has been flooded with messages from fans, friends, and even some celebrities who have followed the little couple for years. Everyone is overjoyed to see the family growing and thriving. Many fans admitted to tearing up when they saw Zoe holding her baby for the first time, calling it a full-circle moment after watching her own adoption story years ago on TLC. People are especially emotional because they have witnessed the Klein family face so many challenges over the years. From Jen's battle with cancer to multiple surgeries and the everyday struggles that come with raising a family in the public eye, the Kleins have always shown resilience and strength. Through it all, they remained a source of inspiration for viewers worldwide. Now, with this happy news, it feels like life has rewarded them with a beautiful new beginning. The reveal of Zoe's husband has also started a wave of curiosity. Fans are eager to know how the couple met, when they got married, and whether there are plans to share their love story publicly. So far, Jen and Bill have hinted that the young couple prefers to keep certain details private, but they may share bits and pieces in the future. What matters most right now is the health and happiness of Zoe and her baby. As for the baby, fans have been showering the family with love and guessing potential names ever since the news broke. Some believe Zoe might choose a name that honors her Indian heritage, while others think she might go for a modern American name. Either way, everyone is excited to hear the official announcement soon. Many longtime viewers have also been reminiscing about the early days of the little couple. They remember when Jen and Bill first brought Zoe home as a shy little girl, nervous yet curious about her new life. Over the years, fans watched her blossom into a confident, smart, and kind young woman. Now, seeing her as a mother feels like witnessing a beautiful story come full circle. For now, though, the family seems focused on celebrating this precious moment privately while sharing just enough to keep fans included in their joy. Zoe herself shared a short but heartfelt message online, thanking everyone for their kind words and saying she feels overwhelmed with love as she begins this new chapter. She called her baby the greatest blessing of her life and expressed gratitude for her supportive husband and family. As the day ends, one thing is clear. This is a moment fans will remember for years to come. The little girl they once watched on TLC has grown into a woman, a wife, and now a mother, carrying forward the legacy of love and strength that Jen and Bill have built. The reveal of Zoe's husband and the arrival of her baby have brought joy not only to the Klein family but also to millions of fans who feel like they are part of this incredible journey. Fans of the little couple have always admired Dr. Jennifer Arnold, widely known as Jen Arnold, for her resilience, warmth, and determination. As a neonatologist, wife, mother, and reality TV star, Jen has faced many challenges in life, but one of the toughest battles came in 2013 when she was a rare type of cancer that developed as a complication following a miscarriage. At the time, Jen was juggling her demanding career as a neonatologist and her role as a mom to two young children, Will and Zoe, while also appearing on The Little Couple alongside her husband, Bill Klein. When news of her diagnosis broke, fans worldwide were heartbroken and worried about what the future would hold for Jen and her family, and other aggressive treatments to fight the disease. Despite the challenges, including hair loss, fatigue, and difficult hospital stays, Jen remained positive and determined to beat cancer. Bill Klein, her husband, was by her side every step of the way, and the couple's two children were a source of strength and hope during the entire journey. In early 2014, Jen shared the news that everyone had been praying for. Her cancer was in remission. This announcement brought immense relief to her fans, friends, and family. Jen credited her medical team, her family, and her faith for helping her through the darkest days. She also thanked her supporters, who had flooded her with messages of love and encouragement during her treatment. She has continued her career in medicine, taken on leadership roles, and moved with her family from Texas to Boston and later to Florida as part of her professional journey. In interviews and social media posts over the years, Jen has occasionally spoken about the importance of regular checkups and staying proactive about her health. Cancer survivors often face long-term health concerns, and Jen has acknowledged that the experience changed her perspective on life. However, she has not indicated any recurrence, and her public updates have focused more on her career achievements, family milestones, and the little couple projects rather than health crises. Condition has required her to undergo multiple surgeries, including painful procedures on her hips and legs. In recent years, Jen has shared updates about recovering from hip surgery and other health-related events, but these were unrelated to her cancer diagnosis. Another reason why fans continue to ask about Jen's health is because the little couple has not aired a new season for quite some time. With fewer public appearances on the show, some viewers have speculated about the family's private life and whether health issues might be a factor. However, both Jen and Bill have emphasized in interviews that the break from filming was due to moving, career transitions, and where she often posts updates about her children, work in the medical field, and family adventures. These posts have reassured fans that she is living a fulfilling and healthy life. When significant events occur, such as birthdays, holidays, or milestones in her children's lives, Jen shares photos and heartfelt messages, and there has been no mention of ongoing cancer treatment or new diagnoses. It's worth noting that for cancer survivors like Jen, regular screenings and medical follow-ups are a routine part of life. While the risk of recurrence can never be entirely eliminated, early detection and medical monitoring provide peace of mind. Jen has always been proactive about her health, which likely helps keep her and her family reassured. Another factor that adds to fans' curiosity is how open Jen was about her cancer journey when it first happened. Because she shared so many details in 2013 to 2014, Viewers naturally feel invested in her story and want to stay updated on her health. This openness created a strong emotional connection between Jen and the audience, and even years later, people still cared deeply about her well-being. Has not publicly reported any recurrence, and her focus appears to be on her family, her work as a medical professional, and her life in Florida. She continues to inspire others not just as a reality TV star but also as a doctor, mother, and cancer survivor who has faced enormous challenges with grace and courage. In the world of reality television, it's not uncommon for rumors and speculation to spread quickly, especially when stars take a break from the spotlight. But in Jen's case, there is no credible evidence to suggest that she is currently battling cancer again. Instead, her story serves as a source of hope for others dealing with similar diagnoses, showing that recovery and a full life after cancer are possible. The Little Couple, featuring Dr. Jen Arnold, Bill Klein, and their two adorable children Will and Zoe, has been one of the most beloved family reality shows on television. For years, fans have followed their lives through challenges, triumphs, medical journeys, and heartwarming family moments. While the show looks seamless and real on screen, there's so much happening behind the cameras that viewers rarely get to see. Here are 10 behind-the-scenes details about The Little Couple that give fans a closer look into what really goes into making the show and the lives of its stars. When TLC first approached Jen and Bill about doing a show, they weren't entirely sure they wanted their lives on television. However, the production company loved how genuine and inspiring the couple was. Bill later revealed in interviews that the entire process of getting from the first meeting to filming the pilot moved much faster than they expected. What drew producers in was their openness about their medical conditions, careers, and desire to start a family. The couple felt that by sharing their story, they could break stereotypes about little people and inspire others facing similar challenges. Both Jen and Bill have successful careers outside of television. Jen is a neonatologist, while Bill has a background in business and later launched his own pet supply company. Unlike many reality stars who film staged content, much of The Little Couple was shot during their actual workdays. This required incredible coordination with hospitals, offices, and sometimes even patients' families to ensure everything complied with privacy laws. The production team had to be very careful not to interfere with Jen's duties as a doctor while capturing authentic moments for the show. One of the most emotional parts of The Little Couple was when Jen and Bill adopted their children, Will from China and Zoe from India. What fans might not know is how much work went on behind the scenes to make sure the adoption process was portrayed respectfully. Filming crews had to get special permissions, translators were involved, and adoption agencies closely monitored the process. Jen and Bill wanted to ensure their kids' stories were shared in a way that honored their backgrounds while educating viewers about international adoption. Both Jen and Bill have skeletal dysplasia, a rare condition that affects bone growth, leading to short stature and other medical complications. While the show highlighted many of their hospital visits and surgeries, what fans didn't see was how carefully producers worked around their health needs. Sometimes filming schedules had to be rearranged last minute due to unexpected medical procedures or recovery times. Jen in particular faced a huge challenge when she was diagnosed with cancer during the show's run, and production had to balance telling her story while respecting her health and privacy. Will and Zoe quickly became fan favorites, but as young children they didn't always want cameras around. Bill once shared that early on, the kids would sometimes get shy or tired during filming. Crew had to learn how to work around nap times, play times, and school schedules. Over time, the children got used to the cameras, but the production team always prioritized their well-being over getting perfect shots. That's why some episodes focus more on Jen and Bill when the kids needed breaks from the spotlight. While the show often feels like it happens in real time, many episodes were filmed over several months. For example, when the family moved into their Houston home, the renovation and moving process stretched across weeks, but it was edited down to just a few episodes. Holidays were sometimes filmed in advance or combined with other family moments to make the season flow smoothly. Viewers see a polished version of events, but in reality, the timeline was often much longer than it appeared on screen. Unlike some reality shows where producers control everything, Jen and Bill had significant input into what was filmed. They wanted the series to reflect their real lives rather than manufactured drama. Of course, producers suggested topics or events to focus on like family vacations or home projects, but Jen and Bill always had the final word. This collaborative approach kept the show authentic and family-friendly, which is one reason why it resonated with so many viewers. While Jen and Bill were open about their lives, living with cameras wasn't always easy. There were times when the couple wanted to enjoy moments without worrying about lighting, sound equipment, or retakes. Bill joked in interviews that sometimes he'd be fixing something around the house and suddenly realize a camera was following him. Still, the crew became like extended family over the years, making it easier to relax and be themselves even with cameras rolling. Whenever the little couple filmed in another country, like during the adoptions or family vacations, the logistics were enormous. Crew had to transport equipment, secure filming permits, deal with language barriers, and work around unpredictable weather. On top of that, international travel with young children brought its own set of challenges. Despite the difficulties, the team managed to capture some of the show's most memorable moments abroad, showing fans new places while sharing the family's adventures. Over the years, the crew and the family developed close relationships. Some production members worked on the series for its entire run, celebrating birthdays, holidays, and milestones with the Klein-Arnold family. Even after the show stopped airing, many crew members stayed in touch with Jen and Bill. The experience wasn't just about filming a TV show, it was about building bonds that lasted long after the cameras stopped rolling. TLC's hit show The Little Couple has always been about more than just entertainment. Over the years, fans have watched Dr. Jen Arnold, her husband Bill Klein, and their two children Will and Zoe share the ups and downs of life with warmth, humor, and resilience. But when Hurricane Harvey struck Texas in August 2017, devastating the Houston area and leaving countless families displaced, the beloved reality TV family stepped up in a way that went far beyond the cameras. Now, TLC is set to air a special episode showing how the little couple family pitched in to help Hurricane Harvey victims, giving fans a closer look at their compassion and determination to make a difference in their community. The special comes as no surprise to longtime viewers who know that Jen and Bill have always used their platform to raise awareness for important causes. As a neonatologist, Dr. Jen Arnold has dedicated her career to saving lives, working tirelessly in hospitals to care for premature and critically ill newborns. Her husband, Bill Klein, has built a reputation as a savvy businessman and author, but more importantly, as someone with a big heart and a willingness to help those in need. So, when their own city of Houston was ravaged by one of the most catastrophic hurricanes Hurricane Harvey hit Texas as a Category 4 storm, bringing torrential rain and catastrophic flooding. Thousands of homes were destroyed, neighborhoods were submerged, and lives were turned upside down overnight. Kleins, like many others in Houston, were deeply affected by the images and stories of families losing everything they owned. Though their own home was spared from the worst of the flooding, they knew many others weren't as fortunate. That is why they decided to roll up their sleeves and help in any way they could. TLC cameras captured the family's efforts as they joined local relief organizations, donated supplies, and used their social media presence to encourage fans to contribute to hurricane relief funds. The upcoming special will showcase not only the physical work the family did, such as helping distribute food and clothing to displaced families, but also the emotional impact the disaster had on them and their community. Dr. Jen Arnold has shared in past interviews how heartbreaking it was to see the destruction in person. Families with small children were living in shelters after losing their homes. Elderly residents were stranded without basic necessities. Pets were separated from their owners. The scenes were difficult for anyone to witness, but especially for someone like Jen, whose entire life's work revolves around caring for vulnerable lives. This special episode will give viewers a raw and emotional look at those moments and the ways the little couple family tried to bring hope amid the tragedy. One of the key aspects the episode will highlight is how Bill Klein took the lead in organizing donations from friends, businesses, and fans of the show. Known for his entrepreneurial spirit, Bill worked with local organizations to ensure that contributions were used effectively and reached the people who needed them most. Whether it was diapers for babies, food and water for families, or supplies for rescue workers, the Kleins became an important part of the grassroots relief efforts happening across Houston in the days and weeks after the storm. At the same time, the special will focus on teaching moments for Will and Zoe, the couple's two children, who were still young when the hurricane struck. Jen and Bill have always been open about wanting to raise their children to be kind, empathetic, and socially responsible. Helping Hurricane Harvey victims became a real-life lesson in compassion and community service for the kids. The special will show how Will and Zoe accompanied their parents to shelters, met other children who had lost their homes, and learned the importance of giving back. For fans of the little couple, this special promises to be both emotional and inspiring. Over the years, the show has covered many milestones in the Kleins' lives, from health challenges to career changes to the joys of adoption, but this episode will highlight a different side of the family. It's not just about their personal journey, but about how they use their platform and resources to help others during a time of unprecedented crisis. Another important element of the episode will be interviews with Hurricane Harvey survivors and relief workers who crossed paths with the Kleins. Viewers will hear first-hand accounts of the storm's impact and see how ordinary people came together to support one another. These stories will serve as a reminder that even in the darkest times, acts